Hey there, welcome back. Now let us quickly start our practice session. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all the current movies, shows that I have in my database. So I'm going to delete them. If there is any review or maybe streaming platform, I'm going to delete all of them. So now we currently only have users. Let me also delete other users except Shubham. So I'm going to delete them. That's done, and we only have one token, which is Shubham. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to first log in here. So I'm going to create a GET request. The first thing is I need to copy this link, go to my account /login. I need to create a post request. Jump onto my body section where I need to pass details, my username, which is Shubham, password, which is password. Now once I send this request, you can see we got token in response. Let me copy this token, and now I can access anything. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to create a GET request to access maybe my current movie list, that is my watch list. So let me access, instead of this is going to be my watch / my list. I'm going to send a GET request, and now I don't need to do login or anything else. All I have to do is just go to my headers and use authorization. Here I need to pass token, space, and then my token. If I send this, you can see we got an empty list. That's fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some element. If you remember, the link to add anything is this itself, I guess. So I should go to watch list. Yeah, we have allowed post request also. So here let me send some movie list. I'm going to get inside body, click on raw, click on JSON, and here I am going to send some data. So all I have to do is just define what fields we need to submit. So I'm going to select the fields, title, storyline, my platform, and these things. The best thing I can do here is open my models so I understand which fields we need to enter. We cannot add any field right now because I need to add platform first. So let me jump here, create a new tab, and here I need to access my streaming services. So inside my watch list, I need to access stream. Let me send a GET request again. With header, I need to send token. This is currently empty. I need to send a post request, get into body, and here click on raw, JSON actually, and we need to send some data. So for now, let me jump to my stream platform. We need to pass name, then about, and then our website. If you need the exact name, what we have to do is name, about, and website. This will be name. The first one I'm going to add is none, then about. This will be also none, and with website. Let me send this. Now here we got an error because we need to add HTTP. Let me send a request. You can see we have added none. So if I jump back, refresh to my streaming platform, we have added none as option. Now I know how to add, so I can add them fast. So the next one I need to add is Netflix, which is going to be, let's say, number 1 streaming platform. It's going to be netflix.com. Let me send request. We have created this. Great, now we have Netflix also. Let me get back, add Prime videos. This is going to be the third one. Great, let me add one more, which is Disney Plus. Local or regional content, and let's say it's Hotstar in India, so Hotstar. Yeah, so we have actually added quite a few data through API only. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this watch list. Since currently we were only allowed to add this stream because watch list needs some data regarding the platform. So if you jump here, we need to pass this platform ID. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to add title, storyline, as well as platform and active. So we need to send 4 fields. Get back here with my list, get into raw, JSON, and this time I'm going to send a post request. I have header. So the first thing is going to be title. Let me add a movie. Let me call it as The Boy. The second one will be my storyline. The exact term is storyline itself. So storyline, growth of boy in USA, something like this. Then we have platform and then active. So platform, suppose I need to pass Netflix, so this is going to be 10, and then I'm going to take active, which is going to be true. This looks fine. Let me send this data. Yep, we have added. If I jump back to my watch list, open the boy, active is true, Netflix is selected. This is our storyline, this is our title. Currently we don't have any review, don't worry, we will add them in next few minutes. But we have added one movie, or I should say this one show, one watch list. Now let me add another girl, growth of girl or girls in maybe UK. Platform, this time it should be I think Prime videos. So let me jump back, get the information of Prime, which is 11. Let's keep it as true, send this request, and we have added Prime videos. The Man, let's call this web series, maybe season 1. Growth of man in world. And let's keep the platform as 11 itself. Let me send this data and maybe season 2. Now let's take this as 11 itself, send, that's done. So that's how we are going to add things. Now if I try to access this through get request, I'm going to get the complete list of all the shows. This looks fine, this looks much better. We currently don't have any review, we just added few entries in our web list as well as in our streaming platform. So this was controlled by our admin, these two parts. Now the next thing I am going to do is, this is done, this first task is done, login as admin and add few content. Now the next task I am going to do is, I am going to register as a new user, login, and then add 2 or 3 reviews on these movies actually. Great, so I'm going to register as new user and then do some experiment. Let me get back to my postman, create a new link, and here I'm going to access login. No, I'm going to add access register. Now I need to pass few fields, so just get into the body, go on to form data. Here we need to pass username, email, then it's going to be password and password too. So username, I'm going to take example1. Email address will be example1@xyz.com. Password will be password@123. Something similar here. If I send a request, I should send a post request. Password to field is required. Okay, I did a spelling mistake. This also helps us to check our current validations or our current methods. We have registered a user, we also created a token, and now with this token we can do anything. So what I am going to do is I am going to try and send a post request and add some data here. So in my header, I am going to use my token, which is the example token we just created, and try to create season 3. Send a request. You can see you do not have permission to perform this action. So that means a normal user cannot access here. A normal user don't have access. Only admin can access. And we have verified this concept. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a small tick here. Let me try to do something similar with our streaming platform services. So what I'm going to do, get back here, and this is our stream. I'm going to send a post request, and instead of Disney Plus, I'm going to use HBO and call it as hbo.com latest web series. Send this request. Okay, I haven't changed the header. So let me try and change the header with my token. Send this request, and you can see we got an error now. So that's how it is going to work, because the previous request we sent was with Shubham token. We need to be careful while testing. So I'm not allowed to do that. Great, this is also tested. This is working fine. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a review for a particular movie. So I'm going to test this, but we have also tested the user part. That means a user is registered. So registration is tested. We need to also test about login as well as logout option. But first let me add a new review. So all I have to do is just jump here, get here, go to a movie. So I'm going to select watch, and let me select a movie first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into watch list, maybe for The Boy, which is ID 5. Let me select the ID. Instead of list, I'm going to select the ID 5. And here let me call reviews. I'm just going to access all the reviews that we currently have. Let me send a request. We got an empty. And remember, I'm not sending any header now. That means I'm not logged in for Postman. Let me try to create a review. So I'm going to get create / and I need to send a post request. Get into my body, click on raw, get some JSON, and here I need to create request. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to check my models and see what field we need to pass. This user will be automatically taken. This rating, we need to pass rating, description as well as active. Let me get back here. Here we need to pass rating. So I'm going to give 5 star. Then we need to pass description, which I am going to give great movie, and then I am going to pass active, which is going to be true. Now if I send a request, I got an error that authentication credentials were not provided because we haven't provided token. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this token, select my authorization, add token here, and now send a request with my body content. So we have added a review. So review user is example1, a rating 5, great movie. Then this is the time then we have created. So the review should be in our database. Let me get here. this is the review. Now along with movie, I also should add the name of author. So if I get back here, get this review user, I can use self dot review user. If I refresh this one, I should change it to str. This looks fine. At currently it's example 1, otherwise we can change it. So this is the star, movie, and then our example. This looks fine to me. Now the next thing is, let me add one more review for the same movie or same web show. So great movie 2. If I send this request, I got an error that I have already reviewed this movie. So everything is working fine till now. Now what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to review another movie. Maybe I'm trying to review The Girl. So this is going to be 6. Let me jump here, get to the 6, and I'm going to give it a 5 star. Great movie again. True. Send a request, and we have created another review. This is working fine. Let me now access the complete list. So if I get 6 and then if I go to reviews, send a get request, you can see I am able to access all the reviews. It currently have only one review, so I am able to access it. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to send a put request. So for that I need to select the review on which I am going to work and then send a put request. So I am going to select this ID number 10. Here all I have to do is, in my watch I need to go to review/10. Let me verify this. Yeah, review/10. This is where I can edit it. Okay, first let me send a get request here. Now I am going to send a put request. Currently it's 5 star, great movie again, and true. So I am going to just say great movie again, updated. Send a put request. Okay, it's updated. That's going well. I think you got the idea what we were trying to do. So the review is working fine till now, but we haven't checked with cross user. I will be doing that now. But first let me get the complete list of all the movies. So if I just jump here, this is going to send me the list, right? So I'm going to send a get request, and I'm going to use my own token, which is example 1. If I'm using any, yeah. And let me send this request. So these are all the movies that we currently have. And we are also able to access review. That means in terms of get request. And one thing, remember, we are also able to access the average rating and number of reviews, which were pretty important. Great work. Now what I am trying to do is, I am trying to log in as Shubham and then edit them. Because we know the user who created this review can edit, but all normal users cannot edit, only admin can edit, right? So I'm trying to edit them as admin. Let's see. So I need to get my token again. Let's see which is the login page. Yeah, this one is login. Let me send a request. This is my token. In my put request, in my header, I'm going to put my token, which is Shubham token, and let me see if I can send a put request. So instead of this as active, I'm going to send this as false. So here I have some problem. Here I have problem that I am not allowed to perform this. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to jump here and I need to check this review detail page. So we have added a condition, is review user or read only. Now here let us also give permission to admin. So what I am going to do is, when we have condition like is review user or read only, What I'm going to do is I'm also going to check if we are accessing through admin. So all I have to do is use a OR condition, and then I'm going to check if the user I'm accessing, that means the request user that is accessing, is admin or not. So this is pretty simple. If the user is same who has written the review, then it is going to return true, or if the editing is done by admin, then it is going to return true. This looks fine to me. Let me get back here, and if I try to send a request, the first thing is let me try to get into login part, and here copy my token, get back here, and here in header let me pass my token, get back to body, and let me update the review. So this is going to be updated Shubham. Now if I try to send this request, this is going to be is underscore staff. Let me copy this one, get back here. Yeah, this should work fine. Let me send a request. Yeah, so now we have updated as admin. So now we have completed this part also. So if I jump here, let me add a quick small tick. Either it is done by user or it is done by admin. Now what I am going to do is I am going to register as a new user, try to send a put request and update it, and also add few new reviews. So here let me jump to Postman, and instead of login I should get to register, and I'm going to register as example 3. I'm going to take example3@xyz.com. Let me send a request. Yeah, so we have registered. This is our token. Now if I try to send an update request here with this new token, get into body, updated with new user, and if I send this request, you can see I'm not allowed. So only two people can edit it, either the reviewer himself, the user himself, or the admin, because of this part. This is going to return true if the user himself or herself is editing the review or updating the review, and this is going to return true if admin is doing this task. We are following the same condition actually here, something like this. So I hope you got the idea what we are trying to do, and the put condition is done. This put condition is done. Now we have a new user. How about we add new review? So instead of put, let me send a post request, and instead of updated, let me send added 5-star. Let me send this new rating. So post method is not allowed because we are accessing an individual review. I need to send post request on the movie review itself. So instead of this, I should select 10, then review dash create. I hope we remember this, and I need to pass a movie number. That means movie ID. Let me jump here, and the movie ID is 6. Let me pass 6, and this is going to be my review. Let me send a request. Got an error. Definitely I need to add a slash, send a request, and we have created a new review, which is by user 3, example 3 actually. So that's how we are going to create a new review. And let me try to access complete list, which is my watch list. Let me first paste my token, which is this. Send a request here. This is working fine. So I hope you got the idea what we have been trying to do till now, and this looks fine. This will also give you a better understanding about how reviews are working, number of ratings are working. So you can see it's 5-star, average rating is 1. Here we have 2 rating, average rating is 5, and then we have 0. So that's it. We have tested everything that we have worked till now. All the parts are tested. I know this took extra time, this was optional, but this was important for you to understand because of this Postman and how we are working with links. The only thing is left is to test out logout. So I am going to test logout here. and I need to add header so I can verify as a user. Going to use authorization, and then I'm going to copy this token, which is my example 3. Now this is example 3. Let me get back here, example 3, and if I get here, send a request, post request. This is 200 OK. If I refresh, my token is deleted. So that's all. Everything is done now. I hope you got the idea what we have been trying to do till now. So testing was important just to understand how Django REST framework with Postman. Thank you for following, and let us cover the other important topics like searching, filtering, and lot more. And I see you guys in the next one.